Dave, what's happening, buddy?
Just hanging out, having too much coffee, wishing I was back at home.
Well, I'm actually glad you're alive. You didn't fall out of the damn door of the big red wagon.
Dude, let me tell you something. I mean, first of all, it's a miracle that that thing still runs. I mean, it's got 225,000 miles on it or whatever. So like a little loose driver's side door, like that's fine. I can deal with that.
How come you've had that thing forever now? How come you haven't gotten it fixed? Like, come on, dude, take it to the repair shop.
Listen, it's been fixed. I mean, it's been fixed over the last 25 years here and there. But you drive those things, you drive until the wheels fall off. So, I mean, nowadays we use it for hauling around all my barbecue gear. If I'm going out to do like a charity barbecue thing somewhere, we'll put gear in it, and if we're doing little shows here and there. But for the most part, like, you don't really want to get in that thing. It smells like a morgue. It's kind of disgusting. It smells like a cheese shop. It's nasty.
Well, Dave, do you want to keep talking about vans or working with your mom? I'll let you pick.
Really?
Yeah, you pick. I want to talk about both, so
I could do both. Let's do both. How about that?
Let's keep talking about vans then. We're on the van subject. What drives us, dude? I love the movie. I think it really should be required viewing for any band that's coming up. Like, hey, you got to put your time in. You got to put those miles on the road. You got to suck it up and get in the van.
Well, one of the reasons why I love making these documentaries, whether it's Sound City or Sonic Highways or What Drives Us, is because, first of all, I get to sit down with these other musicians, and when I interview them, I don't really interview them. I don't like hold questions. We just sit and talk musician to musician because we speak the same language, so it's kind of like shorthand. Like, we start talking about touring, and we've had like shared experiences, and we know how these things work, maybe more so than people who've never done it. But the idea behind all of these documentaries is to really humanize the experience and process of being a musician. And in doing that, hopefully to inspire the next generation of people to realize, like, oh yeah, I just kind of need like an old guitar and an old van and some friends, and we'll start jamming. And then we'll throw everything in the van and go up the street to the corner bar. And then maybe next week we have a show in Baltimore. Then maybe next week we have a show in Philly. And then maybe next week. And so it's meant to show people, like, yeah, you can do this too. Like, this isn't rocket science. If you have the love of music and that drive and that passion and energy, then go with it. Go for it and just go out and do it. So it's one of my life's greatest luxuries that I'm able to, like, text Lars or text the guy from U2 or text Steven Tyler and be like, yo, you want to talk about touring in a van for a little bit? And they'd be like, yeah, sure, Dave. And then we just sit down and do it.
And it's cool too, because you hit so many generations. You had Ringo with the Beatles, and then Brian Johnson, AC/DC, and you said Steven Tyler with Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, then you with Nirvana and the Foo Fighters, like, and Starcrawler now. Everybody goes through the same thing. Get in the van, go do it.
Yeah, well, that's the greatest thing, is when you're doing an interview, like, you're sitting there talking to Starcrawler about how they pack their van or how they tour, and then you cut straight to Ringo, and you realize, oh my God, the Beatles did it the same way 60 years ago. And so it blows your mind. You're like, yeah, man, like, we're all in this together. It really is like a community of like-minded people that become musicians, and then you change the world.
I was wondering, when I was watching it, Dave, you went into Scream when they were already a bit established, and Nirvana. Was it weird being the new guy in the van? Like, they already had their set ways, so you got to come into that. It's not just starting new.
Well, I've been writing this book for the last year about all of these experiences in my life, and that's actually, it's part of the book. What it was like to get, I was 18 years old. I left school, decided, I'm gonna go out on tour. And then I get in a van with these dudes that are like 10 years older than me, and they've already toured Europe and toured America. They've done this before. And I remember the first day loading stuff into the van, and the guitar player says, like, hey, don't be asking to pass your stuff from the back all the time, okay? Just sit there and shut up. And I was like, oh my God, So yeah, I mean, but nothing was stopping me from doing it. So I was in it to win it.
Well, that's awesome. And your new show with your mom too, just debuted, From Cradle to Stage. I got the book right here. Always loved it. I did want to ask you, Dave, because we got to wrap here, but the last time I saw you guys play a show, I went to Costa Rica for you and the Weezer show. It was awesome. It was so cool. It was a birthday trip I had to do. Did you guys get to go outside? Because I've never seen so much bootleg Foo Fighters and Weezer merchandise in my life. I mean, it was a mile of it down the road.
Yeah, well, we used to do that. Like we'd play like Mexico City or some places in Europe kind of do it, but it's usually like South America. Like they go nuts with the bootleg stuff. And we'd be like, oh my God, look, they have pillows or they have socks and there's like, you know, placemats and like koozies. And we'd have someone go out and like grab a bunch of stuff. And it got to the point where it was like, you know, I don't need all that Foo Fighters crap in my house.
It was just, I've never seen anything like it, but amazing. Well, Dave, thanks for the time, dude. And What Drives Us on Amazon with Coda and Paramount Plus for From Cradle to Stage. Got a lot of stuff, the book in the fall. Thanks, man. This was fun.
All right. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Appreciate it, Dave.